Welcome, everyone. So, I'll be talking about the art of fighting fake registrations without frustrating real users. How many are WooCommerce users here, though? Does anyone have any store and has been maintaining for it for a long time? Or maybe you're an agency who are maintaining a store for someone. Okay, great. That is good. So, already Shivanand did a session earlier who talked about WordPress security, and Abhay just did a session on automation. So, you can clearly see that security is a priority. You are installing a lot of plugins to secure your store. Now, after you have secured your store, there comes automation too. You'll implement automation tools. Now, what is happening is before we adapt to these, fraudsters adapt first. If you have maintained a WooCommerce store who has good amount of traffic, you might have faced these issues wherein you continuously get fake registrations. So we are here to tackle that problem. So I'll go in a bit deep, but at the same time, I'll also tell you how you can ensure that your real users don't get frustrated with this problem. First, I'll share about me. I'm basically a solution architect at SenseFRX. That is a plugin that helps you in reduce fraud prevention. Um, and also, I've been developing products since about 14 years, and about 5 years out of those, that is last 5 years, I've been working on this fraud domain. So this is a bit niche domain on cybersecurity where we help reduce fraud on online businesses. Okay, first I'll talk about the problem. What are fake registrations? Has anyone faced fake registrations issue? Anyone? Great. So you might be familiar with this. First is that how do fake registrations happen? Basically, there are two ways. First is automated bots. Bots will continuously make fake registrations on your platform. Second is some human will sit and manually they enter some fake information. And these fake registrations are basically, you can say, unwanted guests. Now, why do they create fake accounts? First and foremost is to exploit the promos that are running on the platform. Maybe on first registration, you are giving a discount. In case of one of our clients, they were giving free deliveries on first sign up. That is, first 5 deliveries were free. So, in order to exploit it, they'll create one from their own account, one from their sisters, mothers, relatives, and using that, they'll try to abuse that. Second is sending spam or phishing emails. What they'll do is they'll create an account, they'll get the format of the welcome email. And if they know that someone else has account on it, they'll send spam or phishing emails on it. And they'll basically try to steal their credentials and exploit it for other fraudulent orders. Then to manipulate analytics as well. If the attack is huge, this can also happen that your website might go down, which had happened with one of our clients. So these are some of the reasons why fake registrations happen. Plugin is there. Many such plugins are available. So if new registration is done, check. Usually the fake ones have some gibberish names on it. You can even create, a coder can easily create a policy around it and ensure that some gibberish names are entered, you block it out. But if you can't do that, you can do it manually. At least go and check if some gibberish is entered, get them removed. Any suspicious activity should be flagged immediately. Nowadays, sleeper accounts are there. So what happens is, in one of our clients' cases, fake registrations were created, but no activity happened. And after 6 months or so, those accounts were sold to someone, and then fraudulent activities began. So one should ensure that if there are any suspicious activities that you're observing on registrations, please flag them out immediately. This is one of our clients' cases. What had happened was, this is an interesting use case. He was getting around 4,000 registrations each day, continuously. And the interesting thing was, as they were using bot forms, on each request, IP was changing, browser was changing, device was changing, location was changing. So it was very difficult to identify. So what he did was, firstly, he implemented blacklisting. He found a couple of IPs that were getting used. Around 3-4 IPs were there. He added that, and the fake registration stopped to 0. But what happened was the fraudster was sophisticated. So for a day, it was fine. But after that, he tweaked something in the script. Then what happened was, after every 10, 12 registrations, IP were repeating, user agent were repeating, but those were also erratic. It was not like each time after 12 registrations, they'll repeat. It was also erratic. Sometimes after 10, 12, sometimes after 15, sometimes after 4. So as the behavior was very erratic, it was very difficult for him to stop. And it again went ahead to around 7,000, 8,000 fake registrations per day. And if it was successful, it was placing orders as well. So that is even a bigger hassle. So what happened was he implemented a bot detection policy. So first thing that happened was using AI, we were able to find pattern in this as well. Even though it was sophisticated, there was a pattern that was getting followed by. So by time as the model start learning, it was able to identify that fake registrations are happening. It also gave a list of IPs and user agents as well, and users who are getting added into the account. The slip throughs were identified, so those were listed. And after a few hours, about 4 to 5 hours, the fake registration stopped to zero. So after about 2 days, you can see the fake registration stopped to zero. And a genuine user made registration. He did not find any hindrance. He just entered the form, and the registration was successful. So using these policies, you can ensure that your genuine user gets registered, and at the same time, fraudsters are not able to register. Now, what are some of the actionable solutions that you can implement right away, right now? Because implementing these might require some research study and some developer time as well. So you can implement some anti-bot measures. What are those anti-bot measures? A honeypot can be implemented. If you have used Contact Form 7, there is a honeypot plugin for Contact Form 7 as well. Honeypot means what? Basically, there is an input field and the label is like, please do not enter anything in this. But the bot will come and enter something in this. So that will just flag it and remove it. It will not allow it to fill the form. So many such anti-bot measures can be implemented. I would not suggest CAPTCHA if you have an e-commerce. Right now, if you have something of a problem facing, then CAPTCHA is fine for now. But in the long term, it's not nice. You have to remove it and implement these policies to ensure that user experience is not hampered. Second is, of course, like you mentioned, implement email verification. Without verification, don't allow email registrations, user account registrations. Third is always use trusted security plugins. Don't use which are not available in plugin directory. And if you are using a plugin which is not in plugin directory, then ensure that it is a trusted one and known one. Also monitor for analytics for anomalies. There are, like I mentioned, there are many plugins available. Always monitor new registrations that are happening. Even if you have Google Analytics, it's fine. If there is a sudden huge spike in page visitors and registrations, ensure that those are genuine ones. Keep monitoring for huge spikes. That will definitely help you. And there is limit registrations as well. So registrations for only verified users. Don't allow registrations for non-verified users. Also, apart from this, rate limiting is very important. Whenever you have placements or registrations happening, apply some kind of rate limiting there. If you can identify that it is the same device, don't allow more than 2 accounts on the same day. Any kind of rate limiting that you can implement, that they should be there. Be it on WooCommerce transactions, be it on registrations, be it on login attempts as well. That's about it from my side. If you have any questions, yeah. Social login. Oh, that social login is fine. But yeah. Even with social login, if your social account is hacked, that can be again a problem. The questions? Yes. 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 So basically, firstly, you have to develop your own models. So what they'll do is basically after the plugin is activated, be it plugin, if it's your own plugin or if you're using some other's plugin. So what basically it does is it will study first. The users who are coming into our platform, they are registering, they are using the platform, the models will keep learning and it will identify which are the successful ones. Now, when you have accounts created, when you are rejecting a particular registration, you have to also link it to the AI model. Then the AI model will learn which are the fake registrations. Based on that, it will identify what are good registrations and what are bad registrations. It's difficult. You have to develop on your own. Yeah. This is very less time to explain. Are you familiar with how AI works? And yeah. So basically, you have to use either Go or Python and develop your own script. Only then you would be able to achieve it. Hmm. Yeah. You have to implement data lakes, like you mentioned, Snowflake. Elasticsearch also does that. There are many databases available which will help you in implementing this. Okay. So by device fingerprinting, what I mean is, okay, that is not working, but I'll explain. So in device fingerprinting, what happens is I'll stick to web ones. I'll not stick to the mobile one. So firstly, you'll have to implement a JavaScript library. What it will basically do is it will collect information from the system and from the browser. Okay. Now, when you're getting that information, you have to identify which are the stable ones and which are the fluctuating ones. So based on that, you accumulate data and you uniquely identify a device that this is a particular device. Now, what you do is a user, say user X is using the platform. So you'll identify what are his usual timings of login, what are his usual locations, and based on that, you'll do UEBA analysis, that is user identity behavior analysis. And using that, you identify what is the good behavior for that user. And if say that you are using a laptop and a mobile, so your behavior on laptop would be different, your behavior on mobile would be different. So you'll do device fingerprinting against both. So you'll map your user to two different devices, and on those devices, you'll identify the good behavior of yours. Now, if someone else is coming in and trying to log in, I would be able to identify that it's not you in case of login. In case of registration, what happens is over all the users who have done successful registrations, I'll be able to identify what is the good behavior. If something seems abnormal in that case, I would be able to flag it. That is seems abnormal. IP can be changed. Yes, yes, yes. We have to stick to system. Say his operating system. You also get his uh, cores. How many cores you have? That data also you get. You get his graphics card information. You can use Canvas if you're familiar with it. HTML5 Canvas. So using Canvas also you get a fingerprint data of the device. So all of that could be accumulated together to uniquely identify a device. And yeah, no, we just take session data. If you go into personal data, then it can be a problem. In that case, you need to take consent from them. Only then. Yes, yes. Mm-hmm. 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 Yes, yes. Yes, yes. In that case, consent needs to be taken. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. It is. It is. Yes, yes, yes. If I have to stick to registration, it's session data only. So there is no worry about that. If you're going to transactions, then in that case, you'll take the CC behavior, that is credit card behavior, the user's behavior through payments. There heavily means you'll have to take consent, otherwise you can't do it. Mm. Well, okay. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you.